Yo, what's up, Virgo? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of March 2017. Virgo, relationships are going to be the big theme of your life throughout the month of March 2017. The reason for this is because the sun is going to be transiting the sign of Pisces until March 20th. Pisces is your seventh house. That's to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. So Virgo, what this means is this is the focus on how you relate to others in a one-on-one setting. Think of all those situations in your life, Virgo, where you're in a one-on-one setting with others. Those relationships are going to be highlighted very much in your life during this time. And if you think about it, what's the main one-on-one relationship in your life? Well, it's probably the relationship that you have with your significant other. So there's going to be a lot more focus on your relationship with your significant other up until March 20th. Now, if you're a Virgo that is single, I'm going to talk about several influences that are going to help you enter into a one-on-one relationship. If that's what you want, Virgo, on March 20th, the sun's going to shift into Aries. Aries is your eighth house. The eighth house has to do with shared resources, shared finances. It has to do with your sex life. It has to do with business deals, contracts, and negotiations. So all these things that I just mentioned are going to be more of a focus following March 20th when the sun moves into Aries, your eighth house. And usually when this happens, when the sun goes into the eighth house, typically you'll see more of a higher of a frequency when it comes to sexual encounters in your life. So that's definitely something to look forward to, Virgo. But those are the main themes for you for the month of March 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on March 1st, the sun is in Pisces, your seventh house. Has to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. It's making a conjunction to Neptune, also in Pisces. So the Sun and Neptune are aligning in this area of that has to do with one-on-one relationships in your life, Virgo. So this is a great aspect. So if you're a Virgo that's single, I'd say that this is a good day for you to make, some sort of romantic gesture to the object of your affections, because it may be well received. I mean, this is highlighting something very positive happening with regarding one-on-one relationships in your life, Virgo. So definitely a good day for you to make an effort. If you're a single Virgo, regarding if you're interested in somebody, let them know. You're never going to know how they're going to respond if you don't speak up, Virgo. So definitely speak up. And if you're a Virgo that's in a one-on-one relationship already, this is a great day for you and your significant other to spend some quality time together. I guarantee your significant other will really appreciate how attentive you are. Virgos are very, in their relationships, Virgos are very attentive partners. So I think your significant other is going to really appreciate that. And that's definitely going to be highlighted on March 1st. On March 4th, Venus, the planet of love, begins its retrograde cycle. Now, it's going to be retrograding in Aries all month. So Aries is your eighth house. It has to do primarily with shared resources, shared finances, has a lot to do with your sex life. So this could resonate different ways. So, I mean, Venus is retrogrades where the planet looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards. But what does that mean astrologically? It looks like it's going backwards. So, but what does that mean astrologically? So basically it means that this has to do with past love. So, if you're a Virgo that is single, somebody could pop up following March 4th. And sometime, because this is going to be retrograding, Venus is going to be retrograding all month long in Aries. And Aries, once again, that's an area that has to do with your sex life. So, think about it, Virgo. If you're a single Virgo, who were you previously involved in the past? Who were you involved with sexually in your past? This person could resurface following March 1st, or excuse me, following March 4th when Venus starts to retrograde in your area of sex. And for some Virgos, this could potentially be, if you're a single Virgo now, potentially this is a person, who's part of your sex life. Maybe at some point in time, you did share resources with them, like maybe you lived together or whatever. But this could resonate differently for each Virgo, and depending on whether or not, if the person does pop up back in your life, it's going to be up to you whether or not you want to move forward with them from there. Now, if you're a Virgo that's coupled up, this just suggests you and your significant other revisiting romantic moments that you've had before. On March 8th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is in Pisces. Pisces, once again, that's your seventh house. That's to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. It's making a positive angle to Pluto, the planet of transformation, in Capricorn. And Capricorn's an area that has to do with romance primarily in your life. So this is a great day, Virgo. I mean, March 8th is, like I said back in the beginning of the forecast, I'm going to mention aspects that are going to help you enter into a one-on-one relationship if that's what you want, Virgo. And this aspect on March 8th is great. I mean, you have Mercury, the planet of communication, in an area that has to do with relationship in your life. It's making this positive angle to Pluto, the planet of transformation, in an area that has to do with romance in your life. So this Mercury is the planet of communication. It's in an area of relationship on March 8th for you, Virgo. So speak up. If you have your eye on somebody, let them know how you feel. However you want to do that. That's up to you, obviously. But at least let this person know, because you never know what it's going to amount to, Virgo. I mean, you have Pluto, the planet of transformation, angling positively to Mercury, the planet of communication, that day. So this suggests, something could change for the better. So there could be some sort of positive transformation in your situation regarding love and romance in your life, Virgo. So look out for that one on March 8th. And if you're a Virgo that's coupled up already, this is a positive exchange between you and your significant other. So this is, and it could suggest transformation for some of you Virgos within your relationship, but for the, a positive transformation, and you're communicating about it on March 8th, and it's going really well. On March 12th, there's a full moon in your sign, Virgo. So this is, this is right here. It's the center. It's going to be the first house of self, Virgo. So, when you get full moons in your sign, you as a Virgo is the first house of self, and has to do very much with matters of self. So this suggests a change in self, Virgo. So basically what happens when you have a full moon in your sign, it's like the universe is saying, Virgo, you've been going along for so long, and, things just can't keep going on the way they're going on with you, Virgo, anymore, the way it is. So now it's time for a change. So what the universe does is it throws like a wrench in it, and it kind of just, shakes everything up. And you might feel a little bit of a shake up with yourself right around March 12th and following the full moon in Virgo on March 12th. And, it might give you a little bit, because the moon has to do with your emotions. So especially a full moon suggests heightened emotions in your sign. So you might feel a little bit of anxiety around March 12th, Virgo, but it's not a big deal, because it's just you going through a change of self, pretty much. So, like I said, the universe says, Virgo, you've been going along for so long. Things can't keep going on the way they're going on with you anymore, the way you are. So now it's time for a change. So you can expect yourself to start to become very different regarding matters of self following March 12th, Virgo, and this is a very positive thing. So this change is going to be for the positive. Like I said, it's going to maybe shake you up a little bit at first, but eventually when the dust settles, you'll see how much it was needed. And on March 14th, the sun is in Pisces. That's your area of one-on-one relationships. It's the 7th house. It's making a conjunction to Chiron, the asteroid, also in Pisces. Now, if you're not familiar with what Chiron is, it's an asteroid in our solar system. It has very much to do with oversensitivity, blowing things out of proportion, being vulnerable. So this is you on March 14th, Virgo. And the sun and Chiron are aligning in your area of one-on-one relationships. So this suggests you feeling overly sensitive, or, blowing something out of proportion regarding a relationship situation in your life, and you're feeling vulnerable in a relationship situation. So, whether you're in a one-on-one relationship or you're single, you're going to be feeling vulnerable regarding a one-on-one relationship. So, if you're single, it's like maybe there's somebody that you want to be with, but they're not receiving your advances very well, or there's just something about your relationship situation with you're just really uncomfortable maybe being single, and you really want somebody in your life, and maybe you're just blowing this out of proportion, and it's really highlighting this in your mind. You have to love yourself, Virgo, first. Before anybody can love you, you have to love yourself. So work on that. If you feel like that you're kind of dependent, that's not a good thing. You have to change that about yourself. I'm not saying that's how all you Virgos are going to feel, but I'm just trying to give some advice here. You got to love yourself first before anybody else is going to love yourself. So make sure that's self-respect, is number one. That's most important. So you're gonna notice that a little bit on March 14th. And on March 18th, Mercury, the planet of communication, in Aries, it's making a conjunction to Venus, the planet of love. Also in Aries. Aries is that area of your sex life. This is a great day, Virgo, for you to communicate something to someone who you're interested in. This is Mercury, the planet of communication, aligning with Venus, the planet of love, in an area that has to do with your sex life. So say something to somebody that you're passionate about if you're a single Virgo, say something to somebody that you're passionate about on March 18th. I guarantee it'll be well received. If you're a Virgo who is coupled up, you're going to be communicating to your significant other about love and sex, and it's going to be going really well. On March 23rd, Mercury, the planet of communication, in Aries. And Aries, once again, your 8th house has to do with shared resources, shared finances, has to do with your sex life. It's making a challenging angle now to Pluto in Capricorn. Capricorn, once again, is your 5th house of your romantic situation. So this is not a good day to try to let someone know. Don't make any advances at anybody on March 23rd regarding romance, Virgo. So you might want to try to save that for another day. If you got your eye on somebody and, March 23rd rolls around, probably not the best day to let them know. There's difficult aspect happening between Mercury and Pluto that day that are not going to be helpful if you're trying to enter into, some kind of romantic situation with somebody you have your eye on. This suggests, if you're coupled up, if you're a Virgo that's coupled up, you can definitely suggest some spats or, some sort of conflict within your relationship on March 23rd with your significant other. On March 27th, there's a new moon in Aries, and Aries, once again, the area of shared resources, shared finances, has to do with your sex life. The way new moons work, it's going to hit on March 27th. The 6 months that follow March 27th, all these new events are going to start coming down the pike regarding shared resources, shared finances, your sex life. So maybe for you single Virgos, somebody coming into your life in the 6 months that follow March 26th, who you're eventually going to share your resources with, who you're eventually going to share your finances with, who's eventually going to be part of your sex life. This also has to do with business deals, contracts, negotiations. For some of you Virgos, the things that I just mentioned coming down the pike. 6 months that follow March 27th. That's all I have for you now, Virgo. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next month.